Eh?
Oh man, we missed such a good first point. Okay, all right. So you have to really go back to your sponsor and hold yourself accountable. A lot of people do not go to their sponsor and tell them this is what I want from the business because they do not want any level of accountability. All right. So when I got started with Coach Stormy, I wanted accountability. I was at a point in my life where I wanted to be challenged by someone like her. And so I said no to her twice. I said no to her twice. The first time I just came out of a massive operation. So I just didn't have the capacity. And the second time, I just wasn't mentally ready to work with someone like her. And so when I said yes, I knew what that yes came with. Okay. It came with expectations. It came with this. It came with challenges. It came with her calling me out on 1, 2, 3, right? It came with all of that. And I said yes to that as well. So really build a relationship with your sponsor. It's not healthy that you're not speaking to your sponsor every second day, right? It's just not healthy. It means you're not in alignment. You're not, like you're not a part of the system, and it's very important to be a part of the system. Okay. The second thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna write a list, right? So uh, writing a list in this case means that you're gonna write a list of everybody that you got that you know. So everyone that you know, your mom, your dad, your cat, your brothers, your sisters, everyone that you know. And I always tell people about this, and I think we spoke about it in a few trainings or in Botswana. Yes, we did the 4 steps to success. And the 4 steps to success is a very old network marketing system. And some people believe that it doesn't always work. I believe, just excuse me, you guys still hear me? I just had a call. Okay. So I
Yes,
believe
we can hear.
no stress. So I believe that the 4 steps to success still works, and it's a law of the industry. It's a law, right? It's a principle that sometimes you just have to do certain things because they are industry laws. Okay. So they'll tell you to write a list of everyone you know. The reason I write a list is not necessarily because I'm going to look at that list every other day, etc. I write the list because I want. It's almost like I'm putting together a team vision board for God, right? I'm putting together a team vision board for God, and I believe that writing it down in pen is spiritually calling them in. Okay, there are people that I wrote down that have reached out to me, and I didn't reach out to them. Okay, I just wrote their names down because I'm like, this team is the dream. The people on this list are the people I'd love to work with. You do best. I believe in writing the vision, making it plain. That is what writing the list is for me. It basically is telling God that, listen, this is who I want, as big guys and other people as well in different industries. And I want these types of customers. I even wrote a list of, oh my God, these types of girls. I want these types of women, right? And these type of gentlemen in the business. And I believe that eventually that's going to come to pass. That's going to come to pass. So that for me is what writing a list is. So don't think of it as and when you write the list, don't think, my friend has a Range Rover, the latest one. I am not going to I'm not going to write their name. Do you know how much a tire of a Range Rover is? People with big expenses have big problems, and I have a solution for their big problems. They might not jump the complan and work the business, but they might want an extra 20,000 rands. They might want an extra 30,000 rand, 40,000 rands. Okay. So they might want those extra monies and maybe part time because they have big businesses. So don't rule out people that have big things or fancy looking people because you feel like they already have their life sorted out. And also, do not go for people that you feel like you are better than them. Okay? there's something that I like looking at. When I want to see where someone's mind is, I like seeing what type of job posts they post. So if I see people on my statuses who post jobs like 12,000, 6,000, etc., I'm like, okay, this person is posting jobs underneath them, right? They posting, this is their level underneath them. But if a person is posting jobs, posts of 800K a year, 1.2 million a year, I'm like, okay, this person is at that level and they posting these job posts underneath them. That's how I study people. That's how I know, oh, okay, this person is posting job posts underneath their tax bracket, right? So when I see your list, okay, and I see you've got a lot of unemployed people, it tells me about your level of belief and in yourself and your level of belief in the business and your level of belief in what this industry can do for you. Unemployed people are looking for jobs, okay? Do not have a list that's full of people that are ill in a certain section, all right? Not to say unemployed people cannot be in this business. We have great unemployed people or fun employed people, okay? But they have a different entrepreneurial mindset. There are unemployed people, guys, that are simply looking for a job. They're the ones who are writing about how the government has failed them. They're the one. Those are not my target markets, right? Those are not the people on my list, and nothing wrong with them. Truly empathize with what's going on in the country, but I need people that can see beyond that, right? That can see outside of that, because you're gonna have a problem. Employed people, love them, okay? People that have a 9 to 5, love them. Why? Because they can afford the products, right? They can afford the products. They can also afford maintenance. Okay, so you've got to write a list, and your list has to be true to your vision and where you're going, not the people that you're going to be slugging with behind. Like, dream big on that list. And then the last thing is schedule a launch call. Now, every time we start a business like a nail salon or a fashion business or whatever, we really get obsessed with launching. We say we're going to invite these people, we're going to invite those people, we're going to do this and that and that and the third. But why don't we do it for network marketing? Why don't we take ourselves seriously and launch the business properly, okay? So you don't have to do it where you hire out a venue. What you need to do is you need to create a poster for yourself and send out invites. Okay, send out invites to say that I'm having 3 launch calls, one on Saturday at 7 o'clock, one on Sunday at 7 o'clock, one on Monday at 7 o'clock. And that launch call must be within your first week or 2 weeks. Okay, the longer you take to overthink it, the less likely you are going to do it. And my job as a leader is to compress the time that you overthink and make money. The faster I can get you to $1, the more I can have you in the business, retention wise. Okay. So we schedule a launch call, leaders, and a launch call is going to have Zoom link or WhatsApp. People are using WhatsApp as launch. We don't mind. Just get the message out there and you invite people. Now, a lot of leaders will say, let me first find out when my people are available and then I will schedule a call around them. You've already lost, Nikchele, so luzile, right? You've already lost when you think like that, because a bride never says, let me go to my guests and find out which date they'll be available for me to get married. That's not how it happens. You set the date and appointment and you invite people to that. Your job is to get bums on seats at your event. Your job is not to say, let me first put my feelers out, because that's your level of belief. My belief is whoever comes is ready to hear the message. Whether it's 2 people, whether it's 4 people, whether it's 8 people, whether it's 10 people, whoever comes is ready to hear the message, all right? And I'm going to create content and people are going to see that I launched. And I'm not going to be ashamed of it. I'm not going to be ashamed ashamed that I only had 3 people on my call. I'm not going to be ashamed that I only had 4 people on my call, because you only need one person to explode your business. All right. One person who believes in you, then they're going to ignite the second person. Then you have 2 people who believe in you. Okay. So schedule your launch calls not based on what you think people will, when people's schedules are, hey, people's availabilities. It's neither here nor there. I'm ready. I'm ready to launch. I'm the bride, Pela. Right? I'm ready to launch. So you are going to come or you're not going to come. All right. And if you don't come, I'll find people who are going to come, and I'm going to keep repeating the cycle. Now, a lot of people launch one time. I would really recommend you launch 6 times in your first month. Okay. That's why I say back to back in your first week, back to back calls. And then you launch your people. And then before you know it, I mean, I'm doing like 4 to 5 meetings a day now, because we're launching this person's person, this 3-way call with this big leader. Here you go, here you go. And the goal is to have these meetings hour by hour by hour. That's how you create momentum. Okay. So those are the first the first things essentially that you would be doing. All right. So your first 48 hours, call everyone you know as well. Okay, so call everyone you know, especially the people that are closest to you. I believe that if this business is good enough for me, it's good enough for the people in my circle as well. No one is too fancy for this business. No one is too educated for this business. In my world, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you. But Temba, please don't write on the board now. If it's good enough for you, for me, it's good enough for you. That's my belief. So I don't think, no, people are gonna look down on me because of this business. People are gonna say 1, 2, 3 because of this business. We've all gone through that, leaders. Like, we've all gone through that, where we have our different industries that we're in. I'm an architect by profession. When I started in the industry of network marketing, even my supervisor unfollowed me, blocked me. All my people blocked me, unfollowed me, because it just didn't look good for their brand. All right. But there has never, ever been a day where their brand or their image has ever paid anything in my account. So that's how I think. And I know that some people would think, oh no, this is prestigious and I want to maintain it. Network marketing is very prestigious. Look at the homes of some of the best network marketers. Look at, the lives they live. Let's not look at the assets. Let's just look at the lives they live, the quality of life, the time freedom. That's what people want. So we don't want you to be ashamed. Call people. And some people will say, network marketing is not for me. And you will say, that's all right. Okay, that's all right, and keep it moving. So call everyone you know and share on your social media. So some people will say, I have a policy at work that I can't share on social media, but I'm going to say, disclose at your work that this is what you're doing, but really try and focus hard at going out there on social media. When I got started in pharmacy, I wasn't posting that much on TikTok. All right. I just, didn't feel like, TikTok was a safe space or whatever. But then I realized that I was overthinking it. And the more I rode the TikTok bicycle, the better I got. It really is that. You just have to get on the bicycle and ride it. And the reason why I decided that I'm going to share on TikTok, I already share on Facebook. So I felt like that audience was really concentrated. And then I already share on Instagram here and there, and on my WhatsApp a lot. I have thousands of people on WhatsApp, but I wanted the TikTok market. Give me a. Thank you. I wanted to be on TikTok, and I just said to myself, there's so many people less qualified than you, who are newbies in the industries, and they're crushing it on TikTok. And I was like, I am going to crush it. And not to say I'm crushing it, right? It's not like I have thousands of views. I'm not. I don't have thousands of followers, none of that. But every single time I post, people come to my WhatsApp. Okay, that's enough for me for now. That's enough. I don't need to blow up and be viral and famous. I just need to know that it's generating leads the way I needed to. And what do you talk about on TikTok? Hi, my name is Ntati. This is why I started pharmacy. This is what pharmacy is about. This is what I did. Look at my products. Look at me drinking my products. This is where we went. I went to Botswana. I went here. I went hiking, etc. You just share your day to day with pharmacy. Whatever you would share on your WhatsApp, you would share it on your TikTok as well. Okay, so just before I go, everyone's still following. Let me know in the chat section. Let me know in the chat section. Everyone is still following. Okay. Following. Yes, great. Thank you. I know because it's so quiet, right? So I just want to make sure that um, everyone is still following. All right. Thank you.
Ndika.
Let me just mute. Okay. Now let us talk about setting your targets. Leaders, it's so important. This lipstick chart, I'm gonna zoom in a bit because this really is our business foundation. Okay. I don't want us to lose focus of this lipstick chart. Now, we speak a lot about compliance, and I spoke a little bit about the foundation of a complaint. Let me just erase this red line. Okay. I spoke a little bit about the behaviors of the complaint and what this complaint rewards. And there's certain things that this complaint rewards. It rewards leadership and leadership development. So this is a big part of our business is you've got to be a leader and you've got to raise leaders. Okay, so that's a big part. It rewards those that build other people up, which is if you are not a leader that likes building other people up, you will struggle at pharmacy. Okay, you will struggle. And I'll make an example. We are golden. We are golden. Okay, I'll speak about that, Maria, at the end. We are golden directors, so that means that the points are 10,000 and above, right? So golden, we requalified, that's fine, 10,000 and above. But our actual points are over platinum, way over platinum. Last month, we actually nearly got to emerald points. But because of this leadership thing, we didn't qualify for that. And I'm going to share with you now, step by step, this part. Now, when you get started, your first 48 hours, I want you to really look at the compensation plan. We have the opportunity video on YouTube. I don't know if one of the leaders can please share the YouTube link that we created earlier this week. So we have the opportunity video on YouTube. We also have the what you call this, the complan PDF as well. So you have that information and study it and say, this is where I want to go. So when you get started, set a target for yourself. Okay, here. To win in pharmacy, you can win through selling, okay? Retailing, we all have to retail. We don't have a choice. I'm not, I don't like retailing, okay? But I retail because we have great products. So I always need a good product for me to retail confidently. I am more of a builder, all right? I enjoy meetings and recruiting, but I do know that the lifeline of the business is in selling, okay? So we've got to sell. But now people are going to be so mad when they're selling and selling and selling, but they're not moving up in ranks. They don't understand why they are not making $50,000 a month. They don't understand why they're not making $10,000 a month. Okay. And I don't want you to be sad and grumpy. So I'm going to teach you how. All right. So here we go. You are going to get started in the business from 3% all the way to 22%. You are what we call a beauty influencer. Okay. You are what we call a beauty influencer. You get started at 200 points. You can either sign up with 200 points or you can build up to 200 points. Remember, in pharmacy, your points also count in your group volume. This is the only company where I've seen this, where my points are also part of my group volume. That is amazing, meaning that I can purchase products for 5,000 Rand, and those 5,000 Rand products will also be in my group volume. Amazing. So 200 points is around 3,991. We have a training PDF that we did right at the beginning that breaks down ways that you can purchase products for 200 points. Okay, Masala, if you can share that in the main group as well, so people have that training. So it breaks down, these are the types of products you can buy. You can buy 30 paprika gels, you can buy 20 and like a few early glows. So we did like different scenarios for you to see how you can pay your products up. Okay, so then you move up to 400 points when your team grows. So these are your leaders, their leaders, they leaders, everyone counts. There's no weak leg, strong leg, and I come from a binary and I thought binary was it, right? So there's none of that. So it's all uni-level, and it's at you move up to 400 points. Your team then starts having more people: 600, 900, 1,400, 2.2, 3.6. When you get to 5,000 points, you are now what we call a director. So they don't announce you as a manager in the business, because basically it's basically your director one. Okay, that's what manager is. It means your director one, director two, and then when you become director three, then you are a fully fledged director. Sorry, leaders, I know the screen is addictive, but please try not to hold a pen. So you become a fully fledged director after your 3 months. Okay. Now I want to explain something called points on your right. Before we go on and all that, I'm just going to explain. You understand the volume and getting to 25%. 25% means that you are right at the top of the residual bar in pharmacy. Then you get to side points of 1,500. What does this mean? It means that the company wants to know that Ntati, you went director, but it wasn't only with Masala. Okay, so you have to have 2 or 3 other leaders that did 400, 300, 200, 150 there. You need to have signed up more people. You cannot build a business all the way with just one person. And it doesn't mean that you can literally have 2 people, one who did the 5,000 PVs and then the one who did 1,500, and that is what the side points are. Okay, so every time you have a leg of business, that is counts for your volume, and then the side points is whatever is left over, because the company needs to make sure that you have other people. Okay, Lo, I'm gonna just answer your question now, because that's what you're asking is what I'm gonna answer now. All right. So then for you to move from director to bronze is that you basically have to have 5,000 points, 1,500 side points, and 1 director. Okay? 1 director, 1 person's, 1 leg of business. That is important, to have that 1 leg of business. To get to golden, you have to have 10,000 group volume. You have to have 2,500 side points, basically saying, Ntati, you've got Kiba and Masala, who both went director. Congratulations. But you must have other people, and their volume together has to be over 2,500. So those are your people at 18%, 15%, 9%, 6%, 3%. and these must be your personally sponsored people. Okay, so then you need 2 people, 2 directors, personally sponsored, to go golden. So to answer your question, Mlo, you can't have 3 legs if you want to go all the way to the top. So you can get up to golden director with 2 personally sponsored directors. All right. But to get all the way to the top at executive boss manager, you would need 30 personally sponsored directors. Okay, so when I'm thinking of everyone that I'm helping now, I'm like, okay, I need 30 legs in the future. So I need to sign up or help develop 30 leaders. Okay, now, but when we get to diamond, we have now something called title points. It's on the far right. I think the title aspect cropped out. Sorry, leaders. Okay. We have something called title points. You can see it on the far right there. What does title point mean? So now the company has said, Ntati, you've got to develop 12 personally sponsored directors. Above and beyond that, you need 15 title points, because we want to make sure that your leaders are producing leaders. So the title points come from the rest of your organization. They want to know that you signed up COD, but she signed up Mbali, and COD is now an emerald, but Mbali is platinum. So the company is going to give you 3 points. Let's say platinum is worth 3 points. Emerald is worth 4 points. Bronze is worth 1 point. Manager is worth 1 point. So it starts doing like a scoring system of all the leaders in your business, not just your personals. Because some leaders are going to be like, I'm only going to work on my personals and I'm going to ignore their people. No, I can't. I can't ignore you, right? I can't ignore anyone, because that's part of the title points. Does that make sense? So this is the part, leaders, that a lot of leaders are struggle with, because they get to, let's say, diamond, but the jump from diamond to president is now not only do you have to be a leader and develop leaders, you need to ensure that your leaders are developing leaders. I don't know if that's all clear. Okay, so you don't really have to worry about it all at the top. I mean, it will be your problem in a few months, because I'm expecting people to go vice president and executive boss. It will be your problem, but that's important. Okay. Do title points have to come from qualifying legs? No. So I can sign up Masala, and then Masala decides to quit the business. And geez, let me not prophesy that. Let me use another example. I can decide to sign up X, okay, and then X decides to quit the business, but then X has other people in their legs, and maybe these are not my personally sponsored people, because their leader has vacated the business, but I still qualify as long as they're in my legs, and I still get title points from them. All right. Now here's the thing to answer the previous question with, I think, Maria. Maria, the points, we run the business from the first of each month to the last of each month. So all this has to happen in 1 calendar month. Okay, 1 calendar month. And if you come from a business like me, where we were ranking up 7 days, we only had 7 days to rank up. 1 month is quite generous from my experience. We would have to do it in 7 days. Okay, so you have 1 calendar month, and then every month on the 1st of August, we are running the race again. But you don't really start from scratch, I'll tell you, leaders, because the team is already here. You are already building. You are having meetings. So your things are flowing month to month. You're flowing month to month. Some months are really good, some months not so good, but you don't start from scratch, okay? Because people are going to start tomorrow, and then August they're going to want to go director, or August they're going to be wanting to at least get to 15%. I'm making an example. All right, so you don't start from scratch. So this is a month to month, and Now, let us talk about the ranking up. So when you get to, so we did in June, we did Director Bronze Golden, right, in 1 month. So that's 4,000 US dollars in bonuses. It means that in July, I had to requalify for Director Bronze Golden, which we did. Okay. It means that next month we have to requalify for Director Bronze Golden. End of August, you get the 4,000 US dollars above and beyond all your other ways of getting paid. All right. Now, study this chart, leaders. Study it and set your target. Okay. Set your target and set your income target to be like, what do you want to earn? We've had leaders in month one get 50K, 30 something K, 18,000 rands, 7,000 rands, $200, $90, $50, $112. So many incomes happened in the month of June already. And more is going to happen in the month of July. Obviously, we're going to get to share that as well. But you want to make sure that you are understanding your business. This month was a little bit different than last month. Last month, high momentum, high excitement. This month, high momentum, high excitement, but a stock delay, right? So that affects things, right? It does. It affects things, and we expected it. So you need to be very mindful of that. We're not expecting any more delays, like I said in the beginning, because of systems that are now in place. Okay, so we really want to be mindful of that, leaders. I don't know if there's any questions on this part before I move on. Income target. So what is your income target and what is your rank up target? And you want to aim high, leaders, because even if you fall nicely. So if you only aim, let me say, let's say you aim 9%. You say, I want to get to 9%, right? And the residual on 9% is not high as it is at 22%. You get what I mean? So even if you fall and you like, I'm going to aim for bronze, and then you land a director, you're still fine, you know? But you're working like a bronze. You're working like a bronze. So that should be what you do in your first month. You understand the comp plan, you understand the income targets, and you set your target and you go for it. You just go, 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 go for it. Okay. So that is very important. Thirdly, or I think we're nearing towards the end, nearly there, is know your products. Okay, know your products. We've got 6 products that we have officially launched with, and we're going to be moving with those 6 products. Like I said, we are going to have an extended catalog coming out in the next few days based on this shipment's experience. There are products we cannot order because they need certificates that hold things back and all of that. Okay, so there are just things we cannot do. And we just have to work together with that. And I know it's going to be hard to manage people when we get to like more people, but it's things that we should communicate because it affects everybody. Okay, so now we know, got our bruises. Now let's move forward with the right products. Okay, so there are more products though that were hassle free, that were not an issue, and they are going to be included in this extended catalog, right? So number one is know your products. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are getting started and you are cash strapped and you want to build a big retail business, I would buy a lot of paprika gel and some elutlo. Okay, that's my advice. If I was starting this from scratch and I didn't get excited about all the purple, and I put my head down and I said, you know what? I'm going to buy the purple in my second and third stock. But for my first order, I need money. I would put my entire 4,000 rands on paprika gels because you sell it, you're going to make over 10,000 rands and you're going to make a profit of, I think, 6,600 rands. So if I was starting, and this is what I'm advising the new leaders, because these products, the Nutri Plus, the Elu Glows, they're very cute, very beautiful, very cute. But if I'm thinking about someone who needs money for rent, you need to sell paprika gel. Okay, you need to sell paprika. My leadership goal is to actually get thousands of these in the next few months. Like, I just want people to not struggle with having paprika in the market. Okay, so even if the other products take however long, we have to have thousands of paprikas sitting around. So this is what you need to focus on for your retail business. Then, when you're earning in the back office and you're making your $1,000 and you're making your $3,000 and you're ranking up and you're traveling, let's now add the other products. These are lifestyle products for me. Okay. So when I think of big companies, big businesses, right? I won't mention the name of the company, but I respect the company very much. They penetrated the market with one product, which was a yellow scoop, right? We all know what I'm talking about. They penetrated the market with one product. None of us were confused about who they were. None of us were confused about what they were selling. They penetrated the market with one product. Okay? And then they have now built a big business spanning over 15, 20 years, and it's so solid that they are now in maintenance phase. They are eating residual income. That's why you're seeing more of their products right now. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't buy the entire range. I am saying from a business standpoint, get your 30, 40, 50, 100 paprika gels, and then use the other products. Use the Elu Glows, use the other products, use the recharge, use the skin products. These are everyday products. I recommend them fully. I want to sell all of them. But if I were to hone in on one thing that I want to get known for, it would be the paprika gel. Now, leaders, you have your own market. Maybe your market, you can sell 100 skincare combos in a month. Maybe you can sell 100 Elu Glows in a month. Maybe you know your market, but I want you to be profitable over looking cute. Okay, we want to be profitable first and then look cute after. Now, if your budget is 10,000 rands, by all means, buy the 30 paprika gels and then buy the other products that you want to try out for yourself and enjoy the pharmacy products. By all means, the more money you have, you can spend more. But if I were to focus on retail, I would focus on the paprika. Okay, so all of us might have different opinions on that, but I am really trying to make sure you make money. Okay. People that make money are great for a business. They are great from my perspective because it means there's retention. The less money someone makes, the less they are going to be retained. Okay. So that's so important. So study the ingredients, benefits, and prices. We make no medical claims. Use Pinterest. Pinterest has so much information on the products. TikTok and Instagram, and find info to share every single day on your social media pages. Okay. Now, before we go, just some overview. We've been here for an hour. Thank you so much for paying attention. It's a monthly build. So, meaning that our month ends Saturday morning because it will be US midnight. Saturday morning, I think at 6 a.m., our month is going to end. Okay. Then our new month starts in April the 1st, which is the Saturday, and we're going to have so much fun in April because Coach Stormy is coming first week of September. She's moved her dates up by 2 weeks, but we have an event in Johannesburg. Speaking of which, I need to follow up with the venue. We have an event in Johannesburg on the 15th of August. We just have an exciting month. It's Women's Month. Just so much to do on in August, right? So make sure that you're plugged in because we're gonna ramp up like crazy. The volume is gonna be crazy. Even now in July, I believe so many people are gonna close the month really strong and make a lot of money. Okay, so that's one. Number two, for you to build a pharmacy business, you have to be active on 125 personal volume. That's about 2,500 and something. Okay. 125 PVs, ladies and gentlemen, is what you'll be paying from the time you get started. Let's say you joined on the 27th of the month. You can reorder next month on the 27th, or you can reorder, like right at the beginning of the month or whenever you want during the month. Okay. The new system that we've building with the shipping, we're gonna try close all orders every month on the 7th of each month. Okay. So all orders every month. So it's gonna be a 7th to 7th date. So on the 7th of each month, that's when the shipping process will begin. All right. I think that will be much better and easier. And then as we grow, hopefully it's every 2 weeks, So that is the goal that we're building for. But now, what was I saying? You are active on 2.5. Even at executive boss director, those people are earning like $1 million a month, $500,000 a month, $250,000 a month. They're paying 125 PV. Okay, that for me is amazing. I do not want to hear about a maintenance of 20,000. I would just choke. I just don't think it's fair. Okay, I just don't think it's fair. However, we are able to build a big business of people doing 125 PV. 125 PV, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 from someone right at the beginning and someone right at the top. Imagine you're earning 20,000 rands and your overheads are 2.5. That's like running a website. Okay, so I love that. I think it's so fair. I think it's so honest for the company, and it does serve the influencers. Okay, and then just a note: we get paid in pharmacy on the 10th, no later than the 10th of each month. So between the 7th and the 10th. So last month we got paid on the 7th. And then we have something called Pharmacy Pay Quicker. You register for it once you have money. So you'll see the money in your wallet, in your back office. You register for it. And once you register for it, it will ask you for some documents and all that stuff. It takes about a day for verification. And this is only the first time around. And your bank account will be linked to this Pay Quicker, and you can transfer the funds directly to your bank account. Now, I've directly put my bank account on my business account, so the money goes straight into my business account. That's just better for tax purposes, especially when you're starting off and you're earning significant income. So you want to do that, but we'll get into that training as you grow. It's best to just do it from your business account. Okay, like if you're still earning, like your first check is like $100, $200, etc., etc., you can still get away with it from tax purposes. But as you grow, please, please, please start a business and operate from it fully. And so once the money is in the wallet and you've done your paperwork, you request for it to be released and it comes into your account the next day. My fee was really minimal. I don't even remember how much it was. It's like a standard fee. And it's in your account the very next day. So that is really nice. And it's a once a month payment. So we get once a month, we have the full month. So the money that we're working for until Saturday morning, and I'm trying to up my check. So I have all these follow-ups to do tonight and tomorrow, and I need you to up your check as well. So the money that we're working for is going to get paid next week Friday or that other Monday. Okay, so that is going to be raining dollars and excitement galore as well. So no country has struggled so far with the payments in Africa. So it seems like it is working really well for us. Okay, so does this mean if I joined on the 20th of July, month end will end the 20th of August? No. So if you joined on the 20th of July, pharmacy's month end ends on the 31st of July, which is tomorrow. That is when pharmacy's month end ends. But if you do not have, like, if you want to, for example, wait for your products or not order again, you can order again on the 20th, but you have to place an order every month to be considered active. So what you're going to see now, um, iPhone, is that on the first, you're going to be like red, okay? Until you make your 125 payment, you're going to see people's volume, you're going to see people, you can sign up people, you can see them and all of them, but you'll still be red. Until you pay your 125 for August, you won't be able to see your commissions and how much you're earning and all of that stuff. So yeah, so that's basically what it means. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all righty. Thank you so much, leaders. I know this training was long. It was even long for me. Truly appreciate it. Let us have an incredible month end. There are people that are going to do amazing things tonight and tomorrow. And, you know, we're going to be so amazed by what they do. And I always say this, I would never, ever do things to prove any doubters wrong, but to prove that all those who believe are right. Okay. So thank you so much. Please share this on your social media. Share what you learned today. Share nuggets. Tag us, tag us, tag us. Until we talk again, God bless, good night, and see you at the top.